Supergirl has taken its second break of the season in order to give Legends of Tomorrow a chance to return. So we're going to talk about this season so far. Now, the legends travelling with me in the Wave Rider in this episode are...
Stuart.
And Ross.
And I'm Liam. Let's start the show.
During the 21st century, comic books conquered the world and murdered everyone's spare time. I have assembled an elite team to hunt comic book stuff down throughout media and to cover their rise to power. Unfortunately, my plan is opposed by general life obligations, meaning instead of daily, we can do this weekly, thanks to something we have sworn our allegiance to: time management. In the future, we ourselves may not be heroes, but if we succeed, we will be remembered as the Legends of Podcasting.
In the third season, Kara struggles with the loss of Mon-El after he is forced to leave Earth after the Daxamite invasion. When Mon-El later returns, he reveals that he has time traveled to the 31st century and married Irma Ardeen, aka Saturn Girl, during his time there. This creates a complicated love triangle between the three. Mon-El has also founded the Future's superhero team, the Legionnaires, or the Legion of Superheroes, and is one of their leaders. John discovers his father, Mern Johns, is alive, and Alex deals with her heartbreak after breaking up with Maggie after realizing she really wants to be a mum. Kara and Alex's new friend, Samantha Arias, is unknowingly another Kryptonian survivor and begins a sinister transformation that turns her from a loving single mother into the world-killing weapon known as Rain. That's the season synopsis so far, and then the last episode that we just had is described as follows. The DEO captures a second world killer, Purity. Supergirl and Alex use very different methods of interrogation with Purity in the hopes of finding out how to defeat Rain. However, Purity escapes and attacks the city's subway tunnels. Meanwhile, John, Wynn, and Mon-El band together to fix the Legion ship. So guys, we're now on a second break in this season of Supergirl, which is irregular. Normally we only get the mid-season break. This time we came back from the mid-season break. We've got a few episodes, and now we have another break again so that Legends can come back, and then we're going to get Supergirl again. So what do you think of this season so far? Stuart, what are your thoughts?
Season so far, I think, has been... Yeah, I think it's been really good. I think they've stepped it up again from last season to this season. Great character development. I'm really happy to see the Legend of Superheroes in. And even Mon-El, who I kind of found annoying last season, is actually I quite like him as a character now. I think he's matured a lot. And it's quite a clever twist they've done with him sending into the future. There are bits of the season that have sort of dropped off a little bit for me. Rain, still not convinced totally about her as a character. I prefer her to be more Rain full-time.
Do you think that maybe we're heading in that direction?
I'd like to think so, yeah, because I mean, more and more the season goes on, the more and more she's becoming Rain, but they're still trying to hold on to this Mother Samantha part more and more, which I think we discussed on previous podcasts is probably going to be the reason at the end of the season why maybe she turns and saves everyone and saves her daughter rather than destroys the world, which is great interest. I just wish they keep trying to force it down our throats quite a lot, which is sort of the only really negative thing I've got of the season. I am a bit annoyed, well, not annoyed, because they've obviously had to do it due to Black Lightning, but it's going to be a bit strange having a massive gap for like 2 months now till we see what happens. And I know they said when they released this, that this sort of mini 4 episodes is meant to be sort of a mini story arc, but I haven't really found that at all. It sort of finished this week with no real conclusions.
Yeah. Now, CW has done stuff like this before in the past with other shows. I do remember with, I'm pretty sure it was Supernatural. I remember there being like a season that when that came back, we got a few episodes and then it took a break again. It seems to just be CW's way of trying to work in extra programming, trying to get in extra shows. Doesn't mean that the show's in jeopardy in any way, because I mean, Supernatural is still going strong and is, showing no sign of ever ending. So hopefully the future for Supergirl is still safe, because I agree with you. I think this is a pretty decent season so far. What were your thoughts, Ross?
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoy it. I find it when shows do have a break, it can be quite hard to remember everything that happened in the flow gets lost a lot. But yeah, with Rain, I think I'm the same with Stuart. I think if she was Rain more often, and then there's a little bits of Samantha came through, it was like you could see that she was struggling rather than her being. It seems to be like she's Sam most of the time and Rain every so often. I mean, it's
kind of when she needs to be to sort of push the story along.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I really enjoyed. Was it Juliet being Purity? I thought she was a great character, even though we've had the old Scream effect now. Is it 4 or 5 different characters now? We've had Silver Banshee, we've had Laurel, we've had Dinah, we've had so many people with screaming effects. But yeah, I've actually really enjoyed it. I wish I want to see more of John Jones' father, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he sort of disappeared, doesn't he? It's quite funny. He had like a couple
vanished.
episodes, and he's probably still trying to find the toilet in the DEO.
Well, if he
he found
waited
it after
18
Win
weeks,
told him.
whatever it was, he's probably on the toilet for another 20 weeks.
Or he's got to a Bon Jovi concert with Satango and Brainiac.
Yeah,
Because they seem to have disappeared as well for the past couple of episodes.
Yeah, I did think this last episode though, Alex's character seemed to be a little out of character. She seemed to be really angry and annoyed, sort of a bit out of nowhere for me. I don't know what you guys thought.
Yeah, no, I agree. The interrogation scene with Purity.
Yeah,
when
it was a bit
Kara
over the top, I thought.
I didn't get it at all. I was like, why are you being so horrible? Like,
Yeah, but then you also have the thing there that, well, she's meant to be this really good DEO agent, and the DEOs existed before Supergirl in this universe, and they are supposed to be able to handle themselves, quite well and deal with tougher aliens and whatnot without Supergirl. You never really see them able to handle anything on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It just seems a bit strange because usually she's got Kara's back, her sister's back, no matter what. I will agree with Kara. For some reason, she seemed to have a dead against her. Like Kara was going, "No, I saw her. She was scared," and like you could all sit. They all saw her sitting there singing. It was just a bit weird. I don't know. Maybe it was just sort of overlooked writing on it. The more thing I was more disappointed about was, I said before, it was meant to be like a mini 4-story arc.
Yeah.
Before this break, and I didn't think anything got concluded. If anything, there's more questions than answers, because at the end, Satango went, "Oh, it's time to tell you why we're really here." It's like, "Oh, well, tell us, that'll be great." And it's like, "Nope, that's going to be.
Well, I think
you have to wait to see that."
the only thing that you've really got that's been within this until next time, correct me if I'm wrong, but within these like 4 episodes, it's in this time that they announced that they revealed that there are other world killers, and that 4th episode of those 4, it was in the introduction of Purity.
Yeah.
So we found out that there were more at the beginning, and we finally met one of them at the end of it. So maybe that's the 4th season, a 4 episode
That makes more sense if they brought both of them in, because there's meant to be 3 of them at least, isn't there?
Yeah, but that's the thing as well, is like, well, it's not a season in and of itself, so it can only be like a small story arc within a greater story arc. So it can never be anything too big. It's only going to be something small.
Yeah.
So
it was just sort of a thing I was thinking about all the way through, going, "Oh, so we're going to get some sort of resolution somewhere," because they put it out in their press release about it. But
well, we also had the Lena sort of. She had a small little arc, didn't she, where she's decided, like, with her mother saying, that you're more than what you, rather than being another Cat Grant, and she sort of came back to the Lexical company, didn't she? And she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to. It's not because you're ill. I want to help out more." It seems like she's got some sort of game plan now as well.
Yeah.
No, go on, Stuart. What were you going to say?
I was going to say I kind of would have preferred, because the Morgan Edge thing is sort of finished last week, so it would have been in my view. I mean, I'm not a producer or anything, but in my view, they should potentially finished it there, because you had Morgan Edge's story sort of finished because he's gone to prison, and you had that awesome Lex exosuit which everyone was talking about and excited about. You left it there on a high, and then brought it in maybe with this Purity episode when it comes back.
Yeah, but they've also teased that. I think the biggest thing for me in that episode was finding out that, Mon-El isn't completely involved with why they're in this time. And that was quite a big sort of grit now to make me want to come back in 9 weeks.
What do you think it is?
What it is. I don't know. I think when I first thought of it, I thought it was like, oh, he's gone to the future and changed stuff, and they've then got to take him back and put him back in the time where he actually comes from. But then it's kind of a bit more Legends based, that, you know, alternate, you know, changing the timeline and trying to fix it. So I don't know. I have no idea what their mission
Any
is.
theories, Liam?
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts are on it is like, well, if we think about it, why is it then that he was kept out of the loop as to what the real mission is? What is his unique connection to Earth in that era? And his unique connection is the relationship to Supergirl, which would suggest that then maybe that's why he was brought back, because they needed him in order to get Supergirl on their side. So maybe their mission is or was to have Supergirl go to the future, which obviously I don't think she'd do it because it's kind of the end of the show, or because I don't think there's the budget to create the futuristic world. Like on a regular basis. They could do just like in Flash and visit an alternate Earth, you know, like so they could visit the future in that sense, but you can't do that for every episode. So I could see her maybe visit in the future if she can then come back from it. But that's what my theory is, that they came back to get Supergirl. That's my idea on that. But one of the other things I wanted to point out, as you were just saying about Lena, is that at the end of this episode, Lena was with Sam, and Sam became Rain quickly and then back again in front of Lena. And Lena says that she knows what to do and she knows how to fix her. What are your guys' thoughts on that? What do you think is going to happen in that way?
Yeah, I mean, do you think, I kind of got the impression she doesn't actually, I don't know if Rain's eyes have ever flashed red in front of Lena before, but I thought she maybe realised that she has like a split personality or something. Maybe not that she is a Kryptonian, but maybe that she just has like a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on.
I don't think she knows that she's Rain. She just knows that she has some sort of split personality, and she's got all the money and resources that she can fix her, because she thinks it's a normal sort of human condition, rather than, oh yeah, she's Rain, I can fix you. That was my impression when I saw that scene.
Yeah, I agree with you guys that I don't think that Lena knows that she's Rain, but she's picked up on the split personality thing, and that's where there's the complete memory loss or the blackouts. So my thought on this is that Lena is going to in some way try and treat Sam for this split personality thing. So to try and help her with it, not realizing what it is, but ultimately trying to get it so you only have the one personality. And what's going to end up being is that you have Rain is going to end up in control most of the time. But I think that will ultimately also end up in being that Sam is able to be in control, maybe not until the finale episode, but Sam is able to be in control and maintain the powers. Like, because at the moment, if she's Sam, she's not invincible, because someone was able to take a blood sample in a recent episode.
Yes, yeah.
So, yeah, and so we know that she doesn't have those powers normally, but I think as a result of Lena's treatment, ultimately, Sam will be able to be in control of Rain. And maybe that will be like what we've discussed in the past. I think, Ross, this was your suggestion, that she will ultimately sacrifice herself in the last moment in order to help save everyone. And I think that would kind of go with that then she takes over because of something. Maybe it's her daughter is in.
I think it'll definitely be her daughter that will make her do it.
Yeah.
100%.
So it's interesting. I've been really enjoying the season so far, and the introduction of the Legion of Superheroes I think was pretty cool. What do you guys think about, like, there are other people that are supposedly in suspended animation in the ship? Do you think that we're going to see any of the other characters? Like Matter Eater Boy.
I mean, even if it's just for them to then leave, I don't know. I would like to see them, but I don't know. No idea if we'll see them.
It's a great Easter eggs if they did, I have to say. It'd be quite cool, because there's like 2 or 3 more people frozen, I think it is.
Didn't they say 6 in total? Or is that?
Yeah, I think it was 6 in total. So yeah, it'd be nice to see 3 more of them. who it would be, no idea. You pick some of the classic ones from the Legion. I kind of worried where Brainiac's gone because I quite liked him as a character, so I was hoping there's going to be more of him. But so he's sort of treading on Wynn's toes a bit about being the
especially
cool geek,
as they were trying to fix the ship this week. You would have thought, oh yeah, he'd definitely be in it, but he just wasn't there.
Yeah, I do love Wynn as a character, and when John and Monel were like, "Oh, I need to borrow a Billy from your car." He goes, "Whoa, are you doing space mechanic stuff? I am totally there."
You've got to watch the Crystal. Yeah, it'll be done in like 5 or 6 hours. It'll be fine. Yeah, it was great.
That was really cool.
So yeah, it's been pretty cool so far. It seems to be that we're all enjoying it. So yeah, looking forward to when it comes back. Next week we're going to see the return of Legends. Any thoughts on that, guys, before we finish up this episode?
Although I'm sad Supergirl's leaving, I have to say Legends is probably one of my favorite CW shows they've got at the moment. It's just so much light-hearted than the other ones, but it's actually got quite a clever story going through at the moment. And I mean, the last episode before they finished, you had John Constantine show up on the Wave Rider. I was just like, what the heck? So I'd love to see what's going to happen with him. I guess he's going to be in it for like 2 or 3 episodes. I'd love it to be full-time, but I know there's that animated series coming out of him soon, so I'm guessing that's going to follow on from that. But just seeing him in the show is really cool. Well, I know there's been news that Kid Flash is joining the crew as well, which is going to be really, I'm really looking forward to that, having Kid Flash being the only speedster on the Wave Rider. And it makes up a little bit for Firestorm not being there anymore, who was my favourite character.
Firestorm was awesome. So yeah, really looking forward to Kid Flash joining it. And Constantine, animation-wise, the animated series that comes around now, which is just going to be the little episodes, is meant to take place between his appearance in Arrow from the previous season and his appearance in Legends. So that just fills in the gap of what he's been up to between then and now.
Fair enough. So he might be. I mean, there's been rumours for a long time because there's lots of people have been talking about having him join the crew. You've got that Connor Hawke who was in that Future Arrow sort of city that they went to in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then also having who's the other guy? Jonah Hex joining as well, which would be quite cool.
that could be cool.
I mean,
what are your thoughts, Ross?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Cut that bit
you
out.
haven't watched Legends?
No, I haven't watched anything.
You seriously haven't watched one episode of Legends?
No. Not this season.
Not this season.
You know what? One thing I would say on Legends is that the whole first season, which was really, that season was about Hawkeye and Hawkgirl, is what that season was all about. And then it ended with, talk about Thanagarians and whatnot. But we haven't then had anything to do with any of the Hawks since then. So it really seemed like we were going to get more, from the Hawks, but we haven't seen them. So kind of hopeful. That's clearly not happening this season, because this season is all about their timelines, because they've constantly, they just keep seeing previous versions of themselves, younger versions of themselves.
Yeah.
So that seems to be what this one's all about. But I'm hoping that next season we actually get the Thanagar or some Thanagarians coming into this again.
That'd be cool. Well, there's rumours of them showing up in that Krypton show, so maybe we'll get some in there as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But as that's set so far in the past, I don't see it jiving with Legends. But anyway, I think that's our time's up for this episode, guys. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the show. We're on iTunes Podcast, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, SoundCloud, YouTube. And if you want to make more of a personal connection, then you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or even email us at legendsofpodcasting@gmail.com. Until next time.